What's up guys, Jacob here, and the video you are about to see is actually not a brand new video. You see, at the beginning of 2020, back before everything happened, I had a podcast, a short-lived podcast at that. I had 2 episodes of the At Witt's End podcast, and while I had a lot of fun with it, logistically and in my schedule, it didn't work out at that time, so I had to scrap the podcast. However, I still wanted to give you guys a chance to watch the 2 episodes that were released, and maybe in the future, if you guys want, I could try to bring back the podcast in 2021 or so, assuming the human race makes it that far. Anyways, just sit back, grab a snack or 3, I do not judge at all, and let's just watch the podcast in the background while you read a book, write a poem, perform open heart surgery. So now, without further ado, enjoy the only 2 episodes of the At Witt's End podcast. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the first episode, very exciting, of the At Witt's End podcast with me, Jacob Witt. I'm very excited to have finally gotten this off the ground and been able to go through with it, and I'm very excited to see what you guys think of it. Just to let you know some things before we start, I have 2 loud dogs, and they might make it an auditory appearance throughout the podcast, if the neighbors do not want to cooperate with my plan. So, excuse them if they bark. That one's currently asleep, and the other one's downstairs, so you'll have to excuse me. Secondly, the podcast will be advancing a lot. I definitely want to make more improvements. This first podcast will not have any visuals, like you won't be able to see me, but I definitely want to make that a priority moving forward to be able to do that. So that's very exciting as well, just making sure we're still recording. I am new to this whole podcast thing. I've got some fun planned discussion topics for us, and I'm very excited to get into it. I also tend to ramble, and I like to talk, so I figured a podcast was a perfect route for me to go on. So first, the first thing I wanted to get into today was Byte. Now, I've been using Byte for about a month and a half. For those who don't know, Byte is basically Vine 2. It was created by, I'm gonna butcher this. If I remember correctly, it's Dom Hoffman, I think. Okay, now I have to check. I'm so sorry. Vine. Yes, Dom Hoffman created Byte, Vine 2, the highly anticipated Byte, and Vine 2. So basically, it's a video sharing app just like Byte and TikTok, where you get to make 6-second videos. So it's just like Vine. It's a tribute to Vine, and I got to use it. I was part of the beta. It's still in closed beta. I actually have 2 invite codes if you guys would like to use them. Just maybe leave a comment below on my social media or something. The first 2 that say that can have the codes. But it's just like Vine. It's very cool. I think it looks a lot better cosmetically than Vine. So that's a plus. And I've gotten to use that, and I've dabbled in TikTok as well. So today I wanted to talk about kind of the differences, similarities, and ultimately which app I think is better. Both have their unique features, and both are very different. I think Byte needs a chance to grow more. To see its full potential, but right now it's very cool. So on Byte, like I said, you get to make 6-second videos, and I found the first thing I noticed was that the community on there is very, very positive and very strong, and I was like really surprised to see how welcoming this tight-knit community was when I first joined. I was not one of the first few waves. I was of several closed beta waves, so when I got there, some people were already familiar with themselves, and I was like, alright, there's already going to be like huge creators on here, and they're not going to acknowledge me, and I won't like feel welcome in the community. I won't feel like I have a place, but I definitely, when I joined, felt like I had a place in the community. Some notable creators on there: Ollie, Henry and Jess, Arlen, bunch of them, I can't even remember, but there's a bunch of cool creators on there. And as soon as I got there, I felt a welcoming presence. I posted my first Byte, and already I was getting flooded with positive comments like funny, cool video, and people just welcoming me and making me feel like I had a place on the platform, and that was very nice. It's definitely a fresh breath of fresh air compared to like YouTube, where you don't always get the best experience in terms of your fellow platform peers, or Twitter, where can be a bit of a toxic community sometimes. So I really hope Byte's able to keep that pure welcome presence with it. It's very fun and it's very refreshing for social media in general. So that was the first thing I noticed. Second, cosmetically, the app looks great. I really like it. I don't know if this will stay in the app or if it's just part of the beta, but you can change the appearance of the app for yourself. So your homepage, you can choose an array of colors. I chose red, and I'll put my Byte link somewhere. I don't know how this app works with podcasts, but I thought it was very cool. You could personalize, not only could you personalize your profile, you could also personalize the app itself, the app icon on your home screen. So that was very cool and a cool, unique take on like apps and user interface. So that was very cool. Byte, and I'm gonna say a lot. I'm so sorry, but bear with me. I could also be very loud or quiet. So I'm trying out this mic setup for the first time, and like I said, I ramble. So back to Byte. Byte's very funny. I love the content being made there. You can already tell. We have a chance to see fresh creators. We're not just seeing our Logan Paul and Shane Dawson's, and not that those are bad creators, but you see them everywhere, and they're able to jump from platform to platform and already become the top spot. But nobody's really infiltrated Byte yet, which is very cool to see, because you can see these small creators that are hilarious. Notably, Henry and Jess are funny, great people to talk to. I've talked to them one-on-one, like through Twitter, and they're definitely funny. I've talked to a bunch of creators, made a lot of friends on there. It's very cool. But it's just so cool to see a fresh take on comedy and content, and it really engages somebody, and you really have to be a creative person to be funny in 6 seconds. Genuinely funny, not just like pranks pranks or stupid one-liners. But this is genuine comedy, I feel like, on the app. It's hilarious. Ollie is also, I think he's currently the biggest creator on the platform. Hilarious guy, very funny, and his content is very high quality. I don't know how he does it, but it's very good. And I found that people are always down to collab. As soon as I joined, I was looking for some collaboration to not only grow myself, but also just, it's a good way to make friends when first joining a platform. And people are already down to collab. I think I've done 2 or 3 collabs currently on my profile, with a lot more in development. So that's very fun to see, and I'm very excited to be able to make those. And I have a lot of cool ideas, and I've been in social media and doing that. Sorry, I needed water. I was feeling a bit parched. But I've dabbled in social media for a long time. I grew up, like, I'm 17, and I've done social media forever. Like, it's been a part of my whole life. So, and I've jumped from what's relevant, Snapchat, Instagram. I dabbled in TikTok, Vine. I've been with whatever's fun at the time. So it's very cool to see. I don't even know what I was talking about. Like, it's refreshing. Anyway, Byte's cool. And so Byte, different from TikTok. TikTok is already established, and it has a gigantic community, but I really feel like I have been on TikTok for a little bit. Haven't used it too much, but what I found different from Byte is that the community is not very welcome. Is that how I want to put it? It's not that it's not welcome, it's just, it's so big, you don't feel unique, and you don't feel like things are very personal on the platform. And TikTok has also been kind of like YouTube is right now, where it's been taken over by celebrities and social media influencers from other social media platforms. So it's hard to grow your content, it's hard to meet new people and see fresh things, because you're kind of just seeing stuff from other social media platforms. So if I had to pick one that was better currently, I don't know. Also important to note, TikTok, since it's established and everything, the content is so much broader on it right now. And like, there's a lot more people on it, so you're of course going to see a bunch of different fun things. I also like how TikTok is able to grow things outside of its platform. It's been able to make a lot of was that my, oh no, the fire alarm. I need to change the battery. Anyway, so it's gonna tick a little bit. I'm so sorry. Anyway, TikTok has been able to make quote-unquote TikTok stars and been able to grow things outside of TikTok, revitalize and make it's been able to revitalize and make things like really popular. One example is, of course, Say So by Doja Cat. It's very current now and fun and popular because of TikTok. Why You So Obsessed With Me? Why You So Obsessed With Me? By Mariah Carey is now like revitalized through the platform. It's very cool to see people. TikTok stars have now come up, and it's very cool. You know, a platform is like very influential and prominent when you're able to make gigantic creators for the platform. And I just think that's very cool. So if I had to pick one that I thought was the best, I'd probably have to say TikTok right now. If I'm being completely objective, I like Byte better, but objectively, seeing it platform versus platform, not creator versus creator, or you know, I think TikTok right now is better. That's not a good word, but you know what I mean. But I definitely think Byte's going to be a force to be reckoned with when it's open publicly, and I'm very excited to see that. I'm going to go close my door real quick. I'm so sorry. BRB. Sorry about that, guys. Quick water break. I get dehydrated easily. A next current segment. I kind of want to have these fun segments sometimes. And this first one I have is called This Week in Dreams. So I'm gonna have a bunch of fun things on my podcast. Maybe every time I do a podcast, I kind of want to do a This Week in Dreams, which basically reflects on the dreams I've had. It's very important to me to write down my dreams and be able to remember them, because sometimes you can take some valuable things from your dreams. And of course, there's like lucid dreaming. I don't care too much about that, but so on This Week in Dreams, I have 3 dreams that I was able to recall and write down when I woke up. The first one is this one. So I'm also half asleep, you have to remember, so they might sound a little fragmenty, but you'll have to excuse me. So this first one is pretty funny and was an enjoyable dream. I put, banned from Walmart for having a dodgeball game. One of the employees joined but pretended he didn't when caught to save his job. Tati Westbrook immediately asks me afterwards if I'd like to go shopping at Walmart with her for Patriots merch with Shane Dawson. I don't know what might have brought that dream. I think I dreamt this right after the Patriots lost the playoffs game, and I had heard about that on social media, so I think that might have stemmed from that. I might have fallen asleep watching... Oh, I do. I watched the 60-second sweep with Shane, or with Tati Westbrook and Jamstar also. That might be where Tati came from, and also Shane is just Shane. He's an icon, so you have to remember him. Banned from Walmart. I don't know if I went to Walmart that night, and I don't know where the dodgeball game came from. But that was a weird part of my dream, and I don't know where that came from, so you will have to excuse me. Next I have my grandmother. Oh, this one's sad. This one makes me sad, and I don't know why I dreamt this, so I'm kind of scared. So this one says, my grandmother was urn shopping and said, I don't know why you urn shop. Do people urn shop? I have no idea. Anyway, my grandma was urn shopping and said she wanted everyone to buy matching urns for when we died, and they could be placed together. I don't know who's going to place them together when we're all dead, but okay. My aunt was an executive producer on a show, and they removed her credit for not doing enough work. I have no idea where any of this dream came from. And then I used to do theater. My theater director was watching a musical with me about little children dressed up as corn cobs and ears of corn and throwing out popcorn. I have no idea what I ate or did before I fell asleep to have this crazy tripped out dream, but my grandmother I saw my grandmother yesterday. Maybe this was yesterday's dream, so like I dreamt this last night. Maybe that's where it came from, my grandmother. I don't know where my aunt's executive show came from. And I don't know where my theater director comes from. Maybe I like miss theater. Ooh, see, dreams can be kind of fun. And then finally, my last dream. Let me know if you guys haven't any interpretations for my dreams. I'm very interested to see what you guys think about them, or if you think I'm just crazy. Also possible. So this last one I wrote down for today. In my dream, I was at some fancy government building, and there was a lady there hiding a secret biological weapon. I was roaming around the place and saw one of my friends who was acting really strange. When I went back, I realized everyone was also acting strange, kind of like birds walking around squawking and holding their arms up. Okay, so this was a weird dream, and I remember more than I actually wrote down. because I wrote some down, now I can remember more of the dream. I really think that. But everybody it wasn't a government building. It was more like my school meets a fancy building. And I was walking around into classrooms, and kids were like squawking like birds and holding their arms up. And I was like, what is happening? And it was one of my old teachers who I no longer have. And I was like, what is happening? And so I was trying to escape, and that lady was like, I don't know what she did. Maybe she fed everybody bird food, but I have not the slightest idea where that dream came from. But definitely let me know what you guys think of those dreams, and let me know what your dreams are. I want to be able to communicate with you guys outside of the podcast, so it'd be very cool if you guys shared with me some of your dreams or feedback about any part of the podcast. I'll have timestamps where I can about each of the different things I've discussed. So next I wanted to discuss this past week, Justin Bieber made his return to music with his single Yummy, and the internet is very mixed on that, and I wanted to give my feedback on it. So if you guys don't know, it's that song, girl, you got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yum. That's basically the whole song. And then he promotes I think it's his company, Drew House. I don't know. And that's the T. Anyway, so Justin Bieber's Yummy. People were wilding about this song. First of all, it came out the week before Selena Gomez, of course, Justin Bieber's ex-girlfriend's album Rare is supposed to come out on the 10th, and he released this right before, so people are thinking like he's trying to steal her fame, or I don't know, you know what I mean. So people are getting mad about that. And then Yummy is also, people argue that it's a plain song, you know, yummy yum yummy yum yummy yum yummy yum, like that's all there is to the song basically. And the music video was kind of weird. He put out a music video a few days after. It was about eating food, which, I mean, kids, the song is not about eating food. I'm sorry, but there's mixed reviews, and my thoughts on it, when I first heard it, I was like, this is really disappointing. To go from, you know, is it too late now to say sorry? Like, I enjoyed that. But Yummy, when I first heard it, I was like, eh. But it's kind of grown on me like a little, stuck in my head like an earworm song. So I don't know about it. I guess I'll need to wait until like it stops getting pressed to actually listen to it and be able to reflect independently. So that's weird. Let me know what you guys think of that song. And I'm kind of shaky as to what his album's going to be like. I'm kind of scared. But I will watch. He also is going to release a docuseries. I'll watch that, see how far I can get through it. I kind of like when creators release videos or docuseries or movies alongside music releases. One example is K through 12 by Melanie Martinez. I really enjoyed that. I know some people did not, but I like Melanie Martinez's music. It's unique. And I liked K through 12, the movie and the album, so stream K through 12. Next on my thing, I had college plans. So if you guys don't know, tomorrow will start my last semester of high school, so that's very exciting. Of course, that means college applications and such. And so I've applied to a bunch of different schools through various programs and opportunities. So through a bunch of opportunities, I've applied to, I live in Virginia, by the way, so a lot of these are Virginia schools. I applied to JMU, James Madison University, University of Virginia, Washington and Lee, which is in Virginia, Stanford University, Yale University, Princeton, Duke University, Vanderbilt University, and I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all, but it's like a good handful of schools, and I'm very excited for those, to see what will come of those. So yeah, I'm very excited to be able to go to college and start the next journey of my life and be in debt forever. No. My major, I'm going into a psychology major, so that'll be exciting. And if I had to choose a school to go to, it'd be either UVA or JMU. All my friends are going to JMU, so it'd be very exciting to be able to go with them and continue our friendship. Friendship's fun. But obviously college is not for everybody, and you can still seek a lot of great opportunities through college, and a bunch of financially beneficial things instead of college. So definitely, everybody's on their own path. Definitely travel down the path that you think is most appropriate for you and your aspirations and dreams, and I will support you all. So good luck out there. And to all current freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, good luck. The college application process is terrible. Especially for me. If you guys have a non-custodial parent, good luck. I had to fill out probably about 30 different like papers and stuff just to prove that my father cannot fill out my college stuff for me. So good luck. I would start working on that now if you are a junior. Just get that ready. Alright, so next I have What is Trending? Another segment where I look at trending, and it's probably not the best week to look at trending with World War III, but we'll go ahead and look at what's trending currently. Harry and Meghan. What is that? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced that they are taking a step back from the royal family. Ooh, so this says, as part of the announcement, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex said that they will be splitting their time between the United Kingdom and North America. They'll also intend to become financially independent. Buckingham Palace has responded with a statement saying, we understand their desire to take a different approach, but these are complicated issues that will take time to work through. Well, that's very interesting. I don't know what to think. I don't know too much about the royal family. I'm not like invested in their endeavors, so I wish everybody the best in that situation, and it's definitely going to be weird. I did see a thing though where Queen Elizabeth was like being shady apparently, and she had a family photos without them in it, so that's weird. What else is trending? How do I even see what's trending on Twitter? I sound so old right now. Is it Explore? Trends for me. Let's see what's trending. Ooh. College humor. So, before I read this, I love college humor. Alright, we are back. Technical difficulties, and by technical difficulties, I mean my sister called me. I tried to decline the call, because whenever she calls, it's about something dumb, like, I'm thirsty, could you get me something to drink? Like, get yourself a drink, like, girl. So, she would not stop calling, so I had to take the call. I'm so sorry about that. She might call again just because she's incessant. Anyway, we were at College Humor. As I was saying, on my 3DS when I was about 10, I loved College Humor. They had a show called Dinosaur Office. They'd be like, Dinosaur Office, roar. Let me know if you remember that, or if I just made that up. Anyway, what was it about? Oh, well, this is sad. I'm sorry, but over 100 employees lose their jobs at College Humor. I'm sorry to them, and I really do hope that they are able to get a better job. The Oscars trending will go without a host for the second year in a row. I don't watch award shows because I'm not winning anything, so why would I watch? But I've heard a bunch of things about all award shows being rigged and things, so I just don't bother. I don't get attached to those. Let me know if you guys watch those. I know what was the other night? Was it the Golden Globes? I don't care. Of course, World War III is trending. I'm just going to avoid that topic entirely. Fruit bat quarters are coming in February. Yeah, that's awesome. And this is the best thing I've seen on that's trending. Nicki Minaj got a wax figure that looked a little waxy. I saw it before this, and yeah, it did look a little whack. Halsey is doing a North American world tour. I like Halsey's music. My favorite song of hers ever, either Without Me or New Americana. I think those are probably New Americana. I like that song. What else is trending? Let's see what's trending under fun. What's fun? Twitter's gonna tell us what's fun. Okay, no, Twitter broke. I'm so sorry. No. Twitter, girl. For some reason, I opened a PDF of To Kill a Mockingbird that I had to read. I'm so sorry. Anyway, back to the fun tab. Okay, these aren't fun at all. I'm so sorry. But if you need to know, Gene Simmons puts ice cubes in his cereal. So that's what I gathered from that. So not very fun at all. actually. Anyway, let's move on to that. Today we are also going to talk about Gabby Hanna. Now, lately, this is kind of older news, because on the internet, everything's old after a second of being published. But Gabby Hanna's actually been on a sort of hate train right now. And I hate to... I'm going to try not to say hate. I do not like to see it. Makes me kind of sad, and just reinstates the cancer culture that everybody is allegedly against. So basically, for those that don't know, Gabby Hanna is in a lot of hot water right now for allegedly supporting I think it was like a rapist. These are all like, I'm not trying to accuse people. This is all just stuff I'm hearing and putting back out. Curtis Lepore, another Viner. There was something going on between him and Jesse Smiles. And Gabby Hanna apparently said something along the lines of, Curtis's friends didn't rape you or something. And people really are not liking that. And I'm not saying that she should be supported for that, and I'm not saying like that she had a right to say that. That's a terrible thing to say. But I feel like Gabby has said multiple times that she's sorry. And I feel like the world's just on a cancel culture hate train with her right now. Between her music, people are just crapping all over her music when it's not that bad, really. And people are just being really rude right now towards her. And I know that sounds kind of childish, but you guys, the internet's the same. The internet's like, we don't endorse cancer. Why does he keep saying cancer? I'm so sorry. Cancel culture. We don't endorse cancel culture, but here the internet is also trying to cancel people like that and just being petty, and I don't like to see it. People are also finding old tweets from Gabby Hanna, and I'm not saying I support those tweets or that they are okay in any way, but she's apologized on several occasions. And people are just being unnecessarily rude to her, making countless videos about her, and it's just sad to see. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Cancel culture in general is just really terrible, and I do hate to see it. And finally, the final topic we will be discussing today is YouTube and my channel discouragement and exhaustion. So for those who do not know, I have a main channel known as Witt, link everywhere, please subscribe to me. And I heard a car outside. And I'm very excited to say that on January 15th, my 18th birthday, Cash App in the description, I'm just kidding, but honestly, it probably will be. I'm very excited to say that I will be coming back to YouTube on my main channel on January 15th. And it's just, after it's been a lot, it's after by then it will be a 7-month hiatus. And it's just, I've done a lot of thinking in those 7 months. And the reason for those 7 months, I always reiterate this, and I always say, I just get so exhausted with YouTube and so discouraged. YouTube is one of those platforms that I feel like sometimes reward people for bad behavior. Like we saw it with Logan Paul, and Jake Paul, and pranksters, and just a bunch of bad creators doing bad things and then getting subscribers, and the algorithm pushes those people, those creators out. And I make wholesome content like my dog in the igloo snow, and then I just don't grow, and it's very hard. I know YouTube is not meant to. You're not supposed to join YouTube with the incentive of like becoming famous and making lots of money, but I would like to. It's just everybody has that in their mind somewhere. No matter how much you say you're just doing this for pure fun. Everybody would like to see their channel grow and succeed, and I'm going to be objective with that. I want to see my channel succeed and grow. And when it doesn't, it's just honestly very discouraging. And I see people growing their channels with bad practices and getting rewarded for it. And it's just very hard to see. And also I get mental health wise. I know people always talk about mental health, but I get very discouraged to create and talk to the camera and be funny and stuff. I just get very discouraged with mental health and anxiety and depression. It's a struggle for me, and it's something I've been able to work through a little bit this 7 months, and I finally feel comfortable with myself enough that I can create again. Sorry for getting so serious, by the way, but it's important to address from time to time. So I thank you guys for those who stuck with me. I think we lost about 20 subscribers, but honestly, that's okay. Understandable, I didn't upload for months, but I appreciate those that were able to stick by me and support me. I haven't totally left the internet. I've been on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on my Discord servers all the time. So definitely, if you guys want to hang out with me when I'm on like a hiatus like that, I can't promise that I won't leave again. But I'm going to try not to. Definitely hang out with me there and definitely reach out to me. I'd love to strike up a conversation with you guys sometime and discuss things. And I know like there are other people that feel like this, so definitely if you feel like YouTube's been hard lately for smaller creators, definitely reach out. But in 2020, I've promised and vowed to myself and you all that I will change my ways, and I'm going to upload. I have a bunch of videos planned, and I feel like this 7-month hiatus is exactly what I needed to get my creative juices flowing again. I think Byte was also good when I did that. I dabbled on Byte, and that really got my creative juices flowing, and I'm like, I'll be thinking of skit ideas for Byte, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, that's probably better as a YouTube video idea. So I'm very excited to be coming back. I have a bunch of videos planned. It involves my friends, family, vlogging, Oreos, of course. If you don't know me, you know I love Oreos too much. I've gained a lot of weight in 2019. I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited to come back and actually upload and make you guys happy and be in touch with YouTube again. I didn't leave YouTube totally either. I've always watched my creators. I probably watch at least 5 hours of YouTube a day, which is really, really bad. And I should get out more, but oh well. But I think that's all for this podcast episode. It's not the longest, but it's also gonna be the shortest, so that's good. And when I get guests on here, I'll have guests. I'm going to upload, of course, more frequently and longer videos and podcasts, and I'll have my YouTube channel as well, so you can definitely watch me there as well. But thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys listened all the way through, make sure to comment down below. What's something relevant? Yummy. Just comment yummy at the bottom in the comment section, and everybody else will be like, what are they doing? And I'll know that it's you. And the first person to comment yummy, I'll pin at the top of the comment section, so that's very cool. But yeah, and also as far as uploading, I plan on uploading podcast episodes about once every other week. It gives me time to make sure I'm getting good ideas to talk about and good topics to discuss and have enough time to dream for this week in dream. So that's very cool, and I'm very excited to share future episodes with you guys. And let me know definitely down below who you'd like as a future guest. As far as guests, I plan on reaching out to fellow YouTube creators, both large and small. Hopefully we can get some cool large creators on the platform. Let's dream big with this podcast. I'm excited. Definitely want some social media influencers outside of YouTube. I've never talked to a TikToker, like somebody that just does TikTok, so that's very cool. I want to see the inner workings about TikTok, and if they have like an algorithm, I want to know about it. That's cool, and it's intriguing to me. I love the numbers and stats and stuff, so that stuff is very interesting to me. I definitely want to speak to a lot of different people, people off social media. I want to interview my friends, my mom, my dog. We'll do a dog cast, and I have a bunch of cool ideas for this podcast. So thank you guys so much, and I guess I'll see you next time. I don't have a sign out or anything I can say, any concluding remarks, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the At Witt's End podcast. My name is Jacob Witt, and this week we'll just be winding down the week with a nice chill podcast, so just sit back and relax. Before we start, I'd just like to say that this podcast is actually sponsored by me. I paid the phone bill this month, so there's that for you guys. And let's just get right into it. It's been a long week. We didn't have school Monday, so the next 4 days have just felt increasingly long. So I'm really excited for the weekend. Not excited to go into work tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. So first, I wanted to start the podcast with a personal story that happened to me last night, and the title I just have written down is Taquito Lady, to give you some insight. So basically, last night I got off of work at about 10:35, and then I went to 7-Eleven because I was famished. I don't know why, I just don't eat at work, but I was hungry and wanted a taquito. 5 for 4 taquitos. I wanted 5 taquitos for $4. Can't beat a good bargain. And maybe a cup of ranch. Of course, a cup of ranch. So I walk in, get my taquitos. If you were interested, I got 2 Monterey Jack. They were actually nasty. And then 3 regular taco and cheese. They were bomb, and I will be definitely getting those more often because they were really good. Thank you so much, 7-Eleven. Please sponsor the next podcast so I can pay the phone bill next week. Just kidding. Unless. So I walk in, get my taquitos, and then I go to the line, and there's this nice older woman just sitting there talking to the guy at the register. And I'm just standing there waiting in line, you know, looking at the bags of chips as you do. And she goes, all of a sudden I just hear, I'll pay for what he's having. And I look over and she's like offering her hand out for my taquitos to pay for them. And I'm like, no, it's really okay, ma'am. I got my taquitos. And she's like, no, I insist. And like we just start like trying to pay for the taquitos. Like, I'll pay for them. She's like, no, I insist. So eventually she just grabs them and pays for them. And I'm like, oh my. She's like, there you go. And she just like holds out her hand for me. And I'm like, thank you so much. I'll definitely be sure to pay it forward. She's like, that's what I'm here for. And so that like made my whole night because work was very stressful last night. So it was nice to just go get taquitos and then have this nice lady pay for them. And I definitely gonna pay it back and pay it forward. Thank you so much, taquito lady. I doubt you're one of the 8 people that watches this podcast. But if you are, God bless you. And I'll definitely be sure to pay it forward, taquito lady. Thank you so much. And I hope somebody pays for your taquitos and the cat food you were buying in the future. Because you deserve it. You're a nice little old lady. So thank you. And for those wondering, definitely get the taco and cheese, not the Monterey Jack. They suck. Alright, so that was a nice little story. I just thought we'd open up with a wholesome, fun little tale. So next we have, this week was awesome in the fact that I tweeted out, I was just like, hey guys, check out my new video. I made an Oreo cake. And at the bottom of the tweet, I said, P.S. Oreo, I love you. And guess what they did? They responded saying, let me just find it because it's so amazing. But it's definitely the highlight of my career. And nothing will ever triumph this, except for an Oreo sponsorship, probably. Let me just find it. I'm so sorry. Here it is. Literally, nobody liked my tweet. Not even Oreo. But I'll let it slide. So I said, like, of course, making a foot-tall Oreo cake. P.S. I love you, Oreo. And then they responded, mad skills, Jacob. P.S. We love you, too. Literally, I'm going to just retweet that right now. How did I not retweet that earlier? But the highlight of my life, like, that was the peak of my existence, and nothing will ever overcome that. Thank you so much, Oreo. I love you guys, and I love you. That's all that I can say about it. Thank you so much. So to ensure that I get a future Oreo sponsorship, since now I'm basically the CEO of the company, you're welcome. I have come up with 10 Oreo flavors for them to make to boost their sales. Not that they need boosting, because I could single-handedly support the company. But these 10 Oreo flavors are definitely going to sell, so you're welcome in advance, and I'll take my check in the mail now. Just send me a DM, I'll send you the paycheck. You guys can send me the paycheck, Oreo, thank you so much. So these 10 flavors range from practical, like they're nice and could actually be a thing, to nasty, to jokes, to we have some brand collabs in there for you, Oreo, you're so welcome in advance. But let's just dive right into the 10 Oreo flavors I have. So first we have just maybe a practical one. I could actually see this one happening in the future. We have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Oreo. Now I know in the past they've done like a hot and spicy cinnamon flavor, and I know they've done like a bunch of other flavors that have cinnamon involved. But a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that is one of the best cereals on the market. You can't tell me that would not taste good. So it has to happen. It just has to happen. A Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Maybe like have a little crunchy cinnamon toast pieces in the Oreo. Definitely it would be the golden cookie, not the chocolate cookie. Definitely the golden one. So a golden Oreo with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And imagine dunking that thing in milk and just letting it sit there. And you know the milk after you have a nice bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is literally to die for. So, like, we have to have that. Like, it has to happen. Number 2, we have not a very practical one. This one, I'd probably be the only one to buy it. Maybe me and Shane Dawson. But it's a ranch Oreo. It would not be on the golden. It would definitely be on the chocolate, just because they have to go all out with it. But it would taste like ranch. Maybe a Hidden Valley collab. We don't know. But I think that would just be good. And a little zesty Oreo that I can just have with my salad. Just kidding, I don't eat salad, but it could be there. Like, the salad could be there watching me eat the Oreos. But it has to happen. And what better thing to serve with my ranch Oreo than a pizza Oreo on the golden crust. Just imagine the cheese, pepperoni, salsa, love, grease that's being pressed down into that Oreo cream. And then just imagine, like, dipping that into ranch. Like, that was to die for. And the Oreo cookie itself could be, like, garlic flavored. Not like garlic flavored, but you know what I mean? Like a cheesy bread kind of flavor. Like, Oreo, why am I not the CEO by now? These are bomb ideas. I've given you 3 ideas right now so far, and like, your stocks have probably risen double by now, so you're welcome. A pizza Oreo, a ranch Oreo, and a cinnamon toast crunch Oreo. All great ideas, and I would eat them all. So next we have number 4 is an Inside Out Oreo that I have copyrighted the name Inside Out Rio. So basically, it's the traditional Oreo, for those who are dumb, is cookie, cream, cookie. The Inside Out Rio is cream, cookie, cream. Just imagine how good that would be. Like, dipping that into milk, it would be so good, and it has to happen. It's just amazing, and I need to make sure that it does happen, because that, that tastes good. Next we have the Oreo. The Oreo is just 2 cookies. They forgot the cream. Just 2 cookies. And people will buy them just because of the brand associated with it. So it would save the company money, because they wouldn't have to put cream in those Oreos, so they could put the cream elsewhere. And all they would have to do is just sell the 2 cookies. They'd have a golden version and the chocolate cookie version. I don't see any fault in this. People would love this idea. And I would just like to know, it was very dangerous to make this video without a case of Oreos by my side, because now I'm famished. But yeah, Oreo, I think my best invention yet. Saving the money. Next we have some practical ones. The next 5. So the first one we have is black cherry. People like black cherry and black raspberry, like the ice cream. So I could see them doing a black cherry or a black raspberry Oreo. Definitely on the chocolate cookie. But it would be very good, and I would be here for it. Ooh, putting that in your, like, crumbling it over a black raspberry ice cream. Yes. Just yes. That has to happen. Next we have a Red Bull Oreo. I'm surprised. I looked this up, and it had not happened yet. I expected, like, a collab with Oreo and Red Bull. But that did not happen yet, which kind of shocks me, because people are just hopping on the, like, the energy drink trend, like Mountain Dew. I literally can't think of another brand right now. Titus, you better not bark. No, you are not featured on the podcast. I don't know if you can hear my dog's barking in the background. Sorry, I'm also kind of sick. Quiet down. Anyway. But a Red Bull Oreo has to happen. Imagine being able to have your dessert and then feeling energized after it. I know after some desserts you feel sluggish, but after this, you'll feel energized. Titus, am I going to have to feature you on the podcast? Come here. Let me go get my dog. Come here. And now he won't move. Now he's just rolling on his back for a belly rub, but I don't have time for belly rubs. I'm doing a best-selling podcast. All right. So, after the Red Bull Oreo, we had a nice practical Oreo. Vanilla bean. Who doesn't love vanilla bean? Like, I think vanilla bean is better than traditional vanilla. That's just me, though. I have taste. But a vanilla bean Oreo would be really, really good. And I could also see that crumbling over your vanilla bean ice cream. Maybe a cookies and cream moment. I'm not sure. Also, when I was, like, this was research. I actually did, like, 30 minutes of research on these Oreos. Oreo has a cookies and cream Oreo, and I just sat there like, that's an Oreo flavored Oreo that you guys are selling, and people are buying it. So that made me laugh a little bit. They also have kettle corn Oreo, which doesn't sound very good, actually. I don't like kettle corn that much, so I couldn't imagine kettle corn Oreo. So after the vanilla bean Oreo, we have the Nutella Oreo, which also a collab I can't believe they haven't done yet. It would just be like a really chocolatey goodness. Who doesn't love a good Nutella? Even though I heard it's like really, really, really bad for you. But I'm willing to let it slide for an Oreo. Like, it's just also really, really bad for you to eat the whole case, but that doesn't stop me, so, oh well. And finally, we have the Caramel Macchiato collab with Starbucks. So I know they have a latte flavor for the Oreos. They have a thin latte cookie. And I know they've probably done some other, coffee flavors in the past, but I feel like collab with Starbucks has to happen. And whenever I think of Starbucks, the first thing I think of is a caramel macchiato venti. Just kidding, I don't get coffee from Starbucks. I always get the pinkity drinkities. Thank you, James Charles. And I get the my friend always has to order it for me because I don't. It's a cotton candy frappuccino with Java chips, coconut milk instead, and caramel drizzle. There we go. So it's a cotton candy frappuccino with Java chips, caramel drizzle, and coconut milk. And it's so good, but it's also like a $7 drink. So I just sit there and I'm like, oh, my total's $400 for 2 drinks? And they're like, yes, now pay up. I'm like, okay. But it's good. I wish I didn't slurp down the drink so fast because it literally takes me like 5 minutes to drink that. And then I just feel fat and poor afterwards. So back to my normal self. But let's just review over the 10 Oreos. We have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Ranch, Pizza, Inside Out Oreo, Black Cherry, Red Bull Oreo, Vanilla Bean, Nutella, and our Caramel Macchiato, preferably venti with Starbucks. I think all 10 of these are great ideas. You're welcome, Oreo, in advance. I expect another tweet soon thanking me. But my favorite ones are probably the Oreo, just because I felt so clever and big brain when I thought of that name. But the most practical ones, I think, are honestly Nutella, Red Bull, and Oreo needs to do something crazy like a pizza Oreo. So I think all of those are great ideas, and I'll be coming to take the CEO position soon, Oreo. Thank you so much, and make sure to collab for my YouTube channel. It has 800 or 700 subscribers, so make sure you hop on that. All right, so next we have. Sorry, I'm literally sick, and I'm like sniffing right in front of the mic. Anyway, next I have turning 18. So for those who don't know, my 18th birthday was January 15th. So I've been 18 for officially 10 days at the time of this recording, and I would just like to reflect on it a little bit and reflect on the last 10 days. So on the night of my 15th birthday, we went to Applebee's. It was bomb. I always get the 4-cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken tenders, and I always say it so fast that the waiter's like, what was that? And I'm like, the 4-cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken tenders. And then they just bring me something, and I eat it every time, and it's good. So, except he forgot my breadstick, so that was kind of whack, but it happens. So that was good. My whole family was there. I got some money towards my car, and somebody got me a gift card to Applebee's. I don't know if they were like insinuating that I needed to help pay, but I didn't, and we used it like a few days later, so that was bomb. And I got the 4-cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken tenders once again, and they were bomb. Anyway, so that night was fun, and then we went to Walmart and like crashed the place. Just kidding, but it was kind of iconic. And then over the past 10 days, I bought a lottery ticket. Well, I bought a lot of lottery tickets. I think I'm like low-key addicted to gambling, but it's fine. Anyway, so we bought lottery tickets. I won. Guess, put down in the comments right now how much you think I won, considering I'm still recording this on a pair of iPhone headphones, so probably not that much. Drum roll, please. I won $2. I won $2. And I spent like 15, so probably wasn't the best investment, but I only lost $13 to have a ton of fun. Actually, the bad part about the lottery tickets was my stupid self, when I was ripping off the ticket from the others, I ripped the ticket right over the barcode that they used to scan it and give me my money. So that one wasn't usable anymore. And my mom said to tape it, but I was just too embarrassed by the situation, and I figured I already failed as an adult, so I was over it. But that was fun. The lottery is fun. I've definitely never played the lottery before, so that was fun. Reflecting on being 18, it doesn't really feel different. I just feel older. Like in Virginia nowadays, you don't really get much for turning 18 besides the lottery and voting. I think that's really it. And like, I can be on all those commercials that are like, you must be 18 years or older to order. So that's fun, but I'm also broke, so not really. But turning 18 has been not really that eventful, but I'm sure it'll get better when voting comes. I haven't registered to vote yet, but that'll be exciting, and I'm excited to register to vote. So yeah, turning 18, fun, fresh, not really. Let me have a quick water break. Make sure. Oh, also, did you guys know? I always talk about this, but I quit soda. It's my 4th day off of soda. 4 days, imagine that. And like, I already feel so better. So, already I feel like more confident with myself. Every time I drink soda, I feel sluggish. But like, I high key was addicted to the caffeine from soda. So I've been drinking so much water lately, and I feel so good, and I feel so fresh when I go through the drive-thrus. Even though I eat like a bunch of food, like I don't drink soda, so it's fine. And I asked for a water, and I just feel so good. I went to Applebee's the other night with my mom, and I got water, and I felt so fun and fresh. Also, McDonald's water is nasty. Don't drink it. But Arby's water, like, high-key slaps. And Applebee's water was okay, too. So I felt, like, really happy. And ice water, nothing hits more than ice water. Especially at, like, 3 a.m. when I go downstairs and I'm, like, feel like I'm in the desert and I get a cup of ice water, and it's so good. But yeah, quitting soda was nice. And I'm just hoping I can go as long as I can without soda. I also have felt, I was afraid for a second I was suffering from caffeine withdrawal, because like 2 days after I quit soda, I had these really bad headaches, and they just come like every so often, and my eyes just felt so strained one night. So I was afraid that I was suffering from caffeine withdrawal, but I think I was just having a headache from my annoying life. But yeah, quitting soda, good. I'm going to see how long I can go with it. And I'm also taking it upon myself, everybody. New year, new me, on the 25th of January. I'm going to be going to the gym. So I've had a YMCA membership for 4 years, and I've used it once. And after I used it that one day, I went and ate. So it probably wasn't the best experience. But I want to start using it more. I'm going to the beach in May. So I'm really nervous. I don't want to look like a whale and have the Coast Guard call for me to come out of the water, and so I'm really trying to be healthier this year. So you should expect some videos in the future maybe that go with that goal of mine. But I'm excited for this new me, and I hope you guys are excited too. Hey, the more I change my life, the more content comes out, so that's fun and fresh. But yeah, I'm trying to be healthier, and I encourage you guys to do the same. So the next topic, getting my braces off. I got my braces off the day I quit soda. I decided I have these teeth, and I want to keep them as good as I can, and soda is not good for the teeth, as you know, excessive sugar. So I quit soda the day I got my braces, and it is the best feeling ever. My self-esteem has gone up so much, and the thing is, I didn't even have low self-esteem because I had braces before, but as soon as I got them off, like, I feel so different, and I feel so much better, and I can't stop, like, licking my teeth. Like, that's weird, I know, but, like, they just feel so smooth now, and they look so big. Like, my teeth look big, like, thick. My teeth look thick, so it's just so cool, and I'm very excited. I love getting my braces off. That day was horrifying, in all honesty. I'll just walk you through the day. So, I didn't go to school that day. I didn't go to morning school because I had an appointment at 8:45. Thanks a lot, Mom. What were you thinking, 8:45? But I went to the orthodontist. Sat there for 15 minutes wondering what was happening. And the orthodontist genuinely scares me. Like, I was sweating and shaking and wish I wasn't there. I was like, I can just keep these on forever. Like, it's okay. But they called me back finally, and I was scared. And they went right to work. They pulled the braces off. So I'll break you through. They use these like things to break. They just take the whole braces part off. And after they take that off, of course, there's still going to be the glue and residue that held the braces to your teeth. So then they have... this is the worst. In the most excruciating process, they have to take these scrapers, like literally scrapers, and scrape the glue off your teeth. And that took about 30 minutes. And it was the worst 30 minutes I've ever endured. It just, honestly, so it wasn't that bad when they were in the back, like with my molars just scraping it off. I think because those teeth are like more dense. But as she started working towards my bottom front teeth, those things, I literally felt like my teeth were going to break. Like I was clenching, like my body was clenching just in like pain. It hurt so much. And of course she was like, if it hurts, just raise your hand and I'll stop. But I'm no baby, so I kept going. And I was just standing there like clenched. I probably looked like a raisin because I was just so shriveled up and clenched because it pained me so much. I felt like my teeth were going to break off. She was just grinding into my teeth. Like, not that she was unprofessional. Like, I'm sure that's just how it's done. But it just, it was a terrible experience for me. But so, and the top teeth were kind of the same, the top front. I think they're like thin. Like, as I lick them right now, they're a lot thinner than like the molars, of course. But they're off. And then when I looked in the mirror for the first time, she let me go back and brush. Oh my God. So, I'm sorry. So after you get braces off, of course you have to have the retainer. And the process for making the retainer, I never really thought about how they did that, is the worst process also after the grinding of my teeth. And oh my God, when they were grinding my teeth, sorry, I'm like jumping everywhere. There was dust coming out of my mouth. Like, I don't know if that was tooth particles or if it was the glue. I'm hoping it was the glue, but just like every time she'd start grinding in, just dust would just fly out of my mouth. Like, I don't know if I'm just also dusty. Like, that's also probably it. But I was just shook. And then when they do the retainer, they put this nasty, like, cement. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's not cement, of course. But it's like hardening something that just puts in your mouth. It's wet and then it hardens. And that's how they, like, make the mold of your teeth. So I was like, this isn't going to be bad. And so she puts it in. It's like this purple, nasty mold. And it's like soaking wet. And as soon as she presses it down and onto my teeth, it starts gushing all over the place. And it looks like I have the worst case of like drool ever. It's like going down my whole face. And it tasted so bad and just so uncomfortable. I just wanted to spit it out. But I knew I had to hold it in to get my retainer. And then the top teeth were just as bad. Especially since like, she was like, a lot of people have like problems with gagging when we do the top one. And so it was like going all in my mouth, but I didn't gag. Like, I didn't. And it was just so nasty. I can like taste it right now. Let me get my water because this is just a bad reflection. And then after they did that, they made the mold. They let me clean off my face because there was the purple mold everywhere, and brush my teeth for the first time ever. I'm just kidding. For the first time since I got my braces off. And I smiled. And my teeth looked so good. They still do. And then they went back and did some x-rays, of course. They took some pictures. And then they were like, would you like these pictures to be on the Facebook page? I was like, sure, I don't mind. And she's like, okay. And then we went and took separate pictures for the Facebook page that involved my face. And I was like, oh God. Because I look gross. Because when I'm laying back on that chair, my hair goes every which way. So then when I get up, I look like a baby chicken. Like, it's not a good time. So I was like, oh no, I don't really like this. And then I went out and showed my mom. And then I went to get McDonald's. So that was good. Oh my God. The bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits from McDonald's are really good. And I do recommend those. So that's my new go-to. And I had a giant cup of water. So that was fun. And I was just happy. It was just a good day. And I went to school and nobody noticed. I know a few people noticed, but not as many as I thought. Like, I don't have metal on my face anymore. So it was just a good day, and I just feel very confident. I went to work for the first time last night since getting my braces off, And like everybody's like, your teeth look so good. I was like, thank you. I wore those braces for 4 years, so they better have been worth it. But I think they were, and I look forward to, like, I'm excited to brush my teeth. But like, oh, it just feels so good. I'm just so excited. So next, I want to talk about what's trending on Twitter. We love a good trending. We did this last time, so now we have to do it again. Let me go ahead and refresh my Twitter. Alright, so trending. The corona outbreak. Ooh, so this is scary. Actually, I'm not too scared yet, but I probably should be. The corona outbreak, I believe it started in China. It's like a virus, so I was trying to do some research before the podcast, but I got bored. But apparently the coronavirus is like several viruses that are kind of like the flu, and they spread basically like the flu. They're airborne, like you can share drinks and stuff, and basically it involves in respiratory problems, and apparently it's killed some people in China, and it's made its way to the US. I think I read this morning that it made its way to Australia, so, but I don't know how big of a deal it is just yet. It's probably just being hyped up by like the media and people, like kind of like when Ebola made its one outbreak in the US, everybody was like, oh my god, it's the end of times. Like, I don't think it is. But isn't it just funny how like people are just making those memes about like the plague that happened like every year, every century. There's like the 20s, something really bad happens involving like the flu and viruses and plagues, and then the 25th day of the year we have this. So I'm kind of scared to see where this goes. Also, what is this? Oh yeah, Facebook is apparently down right now. What else is tweeting or trending? Apparently, yes, it's the year of the rat, everybody. So that's fun. If you guys are born in 2020 watching this, you guys are rats. And what's the Dolly Parton challenge? That's trending. Oh, okay, I already know. It's the it's like LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay, so it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Tinder. So I should probably make one of those soon to hop on the trend. Let me know if you guys made it, and that's pretty cool. But that's all we had for Twitter today. Twitter's kind of boring today, so I'll go ahead and exit out. Next, I wanted to talk about This Week in Dreams. I didn't actually have this many dreams this week. I had a lot last time, but I can't really remember any from this week, except I dreamt that I didn't get accepted to any of the colleges I applied for and was a failure. So that was fun. I'm trying to think if there's any more. I vaguely remember a dream with Laura Lee, but I don't like watch her, so I don't know what she was doing in my dreams. She better stay out before I get caught in a scandal in there. Like, but something about Laura Lee and like Petco. I don't know. My dreams are so weird. And next, I wanted to go through my subscriptions list. So I thought it'd be cool to, you guys can kind of get to know a person by their subscriptions and who they watch. So I'll be reading some of my subscriptions, and maybe you guys can check out some channels. So first I have, I'll just go through the list, and if I want to stop and talk about somebody, like I will. I have It, and I can also put all these people in the tags, so it's great. I have A to Z Gaming. Definitely check him out. His name's Adam, and he makes gaming videos. He's pretty cool, and he's a good friend of mine. Next we have Andrea Russett, Antonio Garza, Trisha Paytas, Bretman Rock, Colleen Ballinger, Company Man, very cool. If you guys like analytical videos, he covers companies like, for example, why Forever 21 is failing, or the rise and fall of like a brand. It's pretty cool. I just like watching videos like that, so I find it interesting. And he's not like the biggest YouTuber, so I definitely recommend you guys check him out. David Dobrik, you guys know who that is. Dead Meat, the Dead Meat pod, like the Dead Meat channel with James A. Janice. Very cool for those fans of the horror genre. Definitely cool. He makes the Kill Count series where he like basically documents the kills in a certain movie and compares them to like other movies in terms of quantity. And he also has a podcast with his girlfriend, so it's a very cool channel, and he's a very humble dude. Next I have the Dolan twins, Domix, an animator on YouTube. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. If you guys don't know what that series is, definitely check it out. It's very, very weird. We have Drama Alert, Dude Perfect, Emma Chamberlain, Eugenia Cooney, Foot of a Ferret. If you don't know who Foot of a Ferret is, he makes a brief history series where he documents video games, YouTube series, YouTube itself, just a bunch of different things. YouTubers. So definitely check out his A Brief History series. It's pretty cool if you're trying to learn about stuff really quickly and don't have much time. Gabby Hanna, Garrett Watts, Ghostly Fearless. I don't think she's made a video in a while, but she makes speed drawing videos for Pokemon, so it's pretty cool. And her name's Sammy, and we're decent friends over the internet. GT Live, the Game Theorist live streaming channel, the H3 podcast, H3 Productions, of course. Honest, he does commentary on the music genre, or like the music industry, so he's pretty cool. iDubbbz, iJustine, Illymation, Jaden Animations, James Charles, Jeffree Star, Jenna and Julian podcast. So you'll see a lot of podcasts on here. Probably my favorite podcast. And then I was just thinking about how many times I said but Jenna and Julian podcast, my favorite podcast, then followed by Box of Thoughts with Gabby Hanna and Irene, and then the H3 podcast, and then Trisha Paytas podcast, The Dish with Trish. It's pretty good too. Jenna Marbles, Joey Graceffa, in his vlog channel, Julian Solomita, Kian and JC. The Reality House Season 2 has me shook right now. So much drama. Next we have Lore DIY, Leasebug, Manny MUA, Markiplier, Marquez Brownlee. Very cool. You probably already know who he is. He makes tech review videos. Matt Stoney. Also, by the way, he just hit 10 million subscribers and got his play button. So congratulations, Mr. Prada. Morgan Adams, Mr. Nightmare, if you guys are also still fans of scary stories in the horror genre. Mr. Beast, you guys know who Mr. Beast is. My Life is Ava, Nikki Tutorials, PewDiePie. For those who don't know who PewDiePie is, he's a small up-and-coming YouTuber that makes a variety of content, so I definitely recommend checking him out. He's pretty close to hitting 102 subscribers, so good job. Philip DeFranco. Oh, his podcast is cool too. So definitely check that out too. Psych IRL, a small channel that analyzes pop culture and the internet. Definitely recommend checking her out. We have Ricky Dillon, Rosanna Pansino, Rylan Adams, Sophia Nygaard, who's quickly become one of my favorite YouTubers on the platform. Scott the Waz makes video game content. Not like Let's Plays, but more analyzing the gaming industry. Shane Dawson, of course. Sylph Spectre. If you don't know who Sylph Spectre is, he makes Pokemon content. Very cool guy. Very down to earth. Sniper Wolf. Tana Monjo. The Film Theorist, The Game Theorist. Jay Witts. The Odd Ones Out. True Green 7. Unis Honest, which is Markiplier's channel where he only has it alive for a year. Tyler Oakley. And the official YouTube channel. So I have a variety of content. I like gaming. I like watching beauty YouTubers. I like just like commentary channels. So definitely let me know who you watch from that list. And then I honestly think that's it for this podcast. I'd like to ask you guys, what would you like me to talk about in the future? Also, next week I plan on getting a guest. I'm not too sure who it is quite yet, but I'm definitely gonna have a guest on here. We're gonna talk and play some games and have a good time. So definitely make sure you guys are on board for that. Let me know what I can do. Next week I'll also probably try to have a face cam. I tried to do it this week. I just wasn't able to. My webcam was acting up, and I just want a higher quality webcam, so I'll definitely be on the market for that. And next week you can definitely expect a webcam with a guest. I don't know who it is. Let me know who you'd like in the comment section below. I think I have a person in mind. He's a personal friend of mine that I've known for a few years, so I'm excited to hang out with him and just joke around, play some games, and have a good time. So thank you guys so much for checking it out. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, all the YouTube stereotypical things I'd say at the end of the video. Definitely make sure I can't talk today. Make sure to check out my main channel. I'm gonna be uploading a video probably tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. So definitely make sure to check that out. We're getting close to 777. That's my goal, the lucky number. So I'll see you guys next time.